on Craft Table, we'll be creating an ice cream cone wreath and garland, perfect for warm, sunny days. And the kids and I will be using a lot of the same supplies to create fun maracas to celebrate summer. Let's get crafting. My name is Kristin Gambaccini, and this is Craft Table. I'm so excited about today's craft because nothing screams summer to me like ice cream. I love ice cream. I love any dessert, but I really love ice cream. And these little ice cream cones are so simple to make, you won't believe it. And they are going to be perfect on your front door or a garland to hang. Maybe you'll have an ice cream party. We always have an ice cream party on the last day of school to celebrate the end of the school year. So this would be a great way to make a garland and celebrate that fun day that everybody loves, the last time they get off the bus. What we're going to use for our actual ice cream are Easter eggs. I know this sounds crazy, but they're the perfect size and they're the perfect colors, so we don't have to use a lot of paint for this project. And actually, I found craft paint. Now this, old school crafters know this as puffy paint. Now it's called 3D fabric paint, but it's the same thing. I love puffy paint. I've always loved puffy paint, and any excuse I can have to use it, I will take it. So I actually found puffy paint that matches the color of the Easter eggs that we're going to be using. So simple. The last thing we'll need are these paper cones, and you'll notice they're familiar because this is actually what you would have your snow cone in if you were to order a snow cone. And you can find these online. They're actually very inexpensive to find. You can make your own using paper and wrap it up, but I like to go the easy route, and these were already made and very inexpensive for a whole lot. And what I did to hold these up, because we're going to be adding paint to them, is I took these disposable bowls that I had left over from a little get-together we had, and I just punched some holes down in the middle, upside down, and pushed the paper cone into the hole. And this helps hold them up, and it's a perfect place to keep them so they can dry. And taking this puffy paint, all you want to do is just do a ring of puffy paint all around the outside of your snow cone or your paper cone. And it will start to pool the weight as you're going around, so you can just hold it with your finger until you make it around to the other side, and then it will start to sit straight again. So we're just going to finish working our way around the paper cone, and then what you want to do is just pick a couple spots to put kind of a thicker layer or a thicker spot of the puffy paint for it to drip down and give it that melted look, that melted ice cream look. This one won't stay up, Mike. Here we go. And then I'm going to do one more layer at the top just so it's visible all the way around, and I'm going to let it dry, and we'll move on to our next colors. So we have our paper cones and they're completely dry. All of the drips look perfect, and we are ready for the next step, which is actually to take the Easter egg and place it inside the cone. Now, we're not putting anything in the egg, so I don't really think it's necessary to glue the egg closed for this particular project. Just making sure it snaps shut is fine. I'm going to put it in with the longer part of the egg going down because I like the look of the more rounded top. It looks more like ice cream to me. And you'll notice with your puffy paint, it will actually grip the egg pretty well. But to be safe, I am going to add a layer of hot glue because I don't want it to come apart once I'm using it in my decor. So I'm just going to add just a little bit around the egg. It doesn't have to be a lot. And you want to just make sure you're doing it low enough that it's not going to be visible once you put it inside of your cone, and just press it down. And you continue on. You want to do all of your colors. And again, I'm matching up the egg color with the cone color. So simple. Now we would continue doing this with all of our colors if we were making this wreath here, which is such a fun wreath. And I'm going to give you a tip for wreath making. Sure, you can go to the store and you can buy a foam wreath form or a metal wreath form, but we don't always have to go to the store and spend money if we don't have to. I'm gonna give you a tip to make your own wreath form. Make it out of cardboard. We talked about using cardboard in our last craft. I love repurposing cardboard. My cardboard boxes that I get my shipments in all the time, and I try to hide them from my hubby before he gets home. But all I did was I traced 2 different size plates and cut it out. It's not perfect, it's not pretty, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be, because you can take yarn and actually wrap it around the cardboard to cover up. You would just want to hold it in place in the back so you're not pulling it. So I'm going to put a little dab of hot glue there. I'm going to press in the end of my yarn, and then I just would start wrapping it. Obviously, if you have thicker yarn, this is going to take a lot less yarn, but you want to go around the whole length of your wreath form and cover it with yarn, and then you won't even know that it's cardboard. The reason I also like using cardboard for this particular project is because our ice cream cones are rounded. So it's a little tricky to try to attach a rounded ice cream cone to a rounded wreath form, whereas the cardboard is flat and will give you a flat surface to attach to. Just a little simpler. But since I already made the wreath, and you can see how it turns out, fairly simple, I hot glued it onto the cardboard form, I'm gonna make a garland with these ones, with these particular ice cream cones. So in order to make the garland, you need a length of yarn or twine or rope or whatever you want to use to hold your ice cream cones. And the key to making this the easiest it can be when you run your yarn through your ice cream cones is actually just to take a small piece of tape, masking tape or clear tape, whatever you have on hand, and wrap the end of your string or your yarn with the tape and just squeeze it. Make sure you have a pretty tight fit with the tape. And this is going to help you run this length through the holes in your ice cream cone. And the reason there's holes is because that's how Easter eggs are made. Who knew? So most Easter eggs at the bottom, because remember we flipped them over and attached them upside down, have manufacturer's holes right here in the top. So what we're going to do is just take our length of yarn and run it through these holes, up one and down the other, and pull it through. And then we will close our Easter egg. Now, I am not going to hot glue these closed because I think maybe I'll reuse these for another wreath, or maybe I'll reuse them for something else. So I don't want to hot glue them closed around the yarn in case I choose to do that. But if you're making the garland and know that this is going to be your final project, I would suggest adding a layer of hot glue to the inside of your egg to keep it closed around the yarn. But it will be a tight fit. You really shouldn't have to worry about it coming apart too much. Now, if you're looking at your eggs and for some reason yours don't have these holes, that's okay, because you can just flip the egg open and lay your yarn in and then add your hot glue around where you've got it placed and close your egg. And that will also hold it in and keep it from coming out of the Easter egg. And this, like I said, is so perfect for like an ice cream party or a celebration, a birthday celebration, hang it over a cake. Such a fun idea, and I just love these. I think it's just so summery. Happy crafting. Here we are back with Rosie and Bash, and we're making another fun idea for summer. What better way to celebrate summer than with ice cream cones and maracas? Using a lot of the same supplies we just used to make our ice cream cones, we're going to be making these maracas. Starting with our Easter eggs. Bash, what color did you pick? Do you remember?
Yep.
Orange.
Yeah.
Orange. Orange. And Rosie picked pink. We need 2 disposable spoons for each maraca. I like to use these wood disposable spoons. They're better for the environment than the plastic, and they're easy to paint. So Bash's are painted blue, and Rosie's spoons are painted yellow. The first thing we need to do is fill our eggs with the rice and the black beans that's going to create that sound. So go on ahead and put a spoonful of rice in here. Yeah, you can use that. Good. All right. Here, Rosie, we're going to switch and you can do the rice. Okay. 2 spoonfuls should be good.
I have that one too.
Okay. And then we will do the black beans. And you can do the rice. Runaway black beans.
Runaway black beans.
How about 1 more spoonful? Whoa! That's okay.
That's a lot.
Yes. And you want to make sure you're not filling them up too much because you need that room for them to move and make the sounds. Exactly. Now, we talked about these holes when we made our ice cream cones. We actually want to cover these holes up for this project. Otherwise, you might have rice spilling out the bottoms of your egg. So, I'm going to take some orange tape. This is washi tape, which is basically like a craft form of masking tape. It's a very inexpensive option for crafters. It's a very inexpensive option for crafters when you want a very colorful and sticky tape. So I'm just gonna put a piece right here at the bottom to cover up his holes at the top too. Did you get it, honey? You just tear it. I'll help you. Okay, there's yours. Leave that tape on there for Mommy. Sticking. Okay, here's this piece. Rosie is going to use pink tape for her holes. Okay. Put those down. And then put the tape on. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to seal our eggs closed. We're not going to use hot glue for this particular project. We're just going to tape them shut. Bash, what color tape did you want to use?
I did red.
Red?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I want to use light blue.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. So just taking the tape and going around where the egg seals. Just want to wrap it. I'll probably go around twice just to be safe. And what I love about washi tape is that it really goes on any shaped surface. So these are rounded and they're pretty easy. Look at that. I said they're pretty easy to rip and then Mommy can't rip it. There we go. And we're just going to press around until the tape's sticking all the way around the egg. Honey, you're gonna want a long piece. So what we'll do, nope, let go. We'll attach that one. Hold them, go all the way around. Careful, buddy. Okay, and then we'll wrap it around twice. And then what, this, okay. Out of the way. So next we're going to attach our spoons to our egg using the washi tape again. So taking the egg and turning it upside down so that the longer part of the egg is at the bottom.
Yeah.
We're going to take our 2 spoons and put them on opposite sides of the egg like this. What color tape do you want to use for this part, buddy? Purple.
I want to have Papa because it's Papa grape.
Purple is for grapes. A lot of times, you're right. All right, hold on 1 second, okay? So taking our washi tape, I'm going over that first layer of tape that we used to hold the eggs together. And I'm just gonna wrap it around our spoons.
Okay, is that enough?
Just gonna keep on going. You wanna make sure that you've got quite a few layers. Now with my maracas, I used different colors for this step, but for Sebastian's, we're just gonna use one color. We're gonna use the purple. Tear it off. Again, we're gonna press in, make sure it's holding it really well. And we'll move on to the next step. Now the final step is going to be to make sure that the bottom parts of the spoons are attached. And this will be your handle for your maraca. So again, we're using the washi tape. Sebastian, what color did you want?
River.
Blue, the color of a river.
Yeah.
And we're taking our washi tape, we're putting it around the bottom of our spoons. One second. And we're just gonna wrap it. I'll probably come up about halfway just to make sure that they're attached really well. Thanks, buddy. And we'll cut this off. And again, you can mix up your colors. You can add just one, you can do 2 or 3 to make it super colorful. That's it. Thank you, maracas. This is such a great idea for a summertime project. Outside, let them make music. Happy crafting.